Hey folks, Dude here, coming out of all things, coming to you, Tuesday, and it's gonna be Tuesday, also the day of the podcast. So if you guys slide by the podcast later on, roundthecabin.com/campfire, there is the podcast, which happens later on today at about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys want to come on by and see the live version of my video type of interactions, you'll see that as well. Today's video is going to be pretty much me making some observations. Number one, Trump making the comment about the PTSD, strong versus weak. That was stupid, okay? That was very, very ill-advised. He needs to apologize for that one. He needs to get educated on what it's like to be a service member, of which I'm a former Marine, and there is such a thing as a former Marine, somebody that served and got out. I know you're never really not ever a Marine, but you say you're a former Marine. You don't say that you were never a Marine. You don't say that you're no longer a Marine. You say that you're a former Marine. That was pretty much about one of the stupidest things he could have said, and he needs to retract that, needs to clarify and say, okay, I was a dumbass. Sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm now better informed, and I won't speak about such things that I don't know about without getting information first. Next thing is they're going on about his tax returns and whatnot. Lo and behold, Hillary has done the same frickin' thing. Lo and behold, most people who are, smart do that. It's called leveraging your profits versus your losses. You can do that legally. It's completely legit. Dude lost $916 million, almost $1 billion. He leveraged it over 20 years of losses. Duh. That's what you do, okay? It's completely legal. It's part of the tax system. If you can do such, and it's legal to do so, you've broken no rules. You've done nothing that's wrong. You're basically using things of which they are available for what they are worth, and you're taking care of a loss and turning it back into a profit. Case in point, I've heard about somebody who is a notable Democrat supporter, and they did that and created, that's right, it was a New York newspaper, of which the title escapes me, but they managed to create a $30 million profit by claiming a loss. How's that have happened? You lose money, you then hedge your bets against potential profits by saying, I lost a lot of cash, here's my tax load, I'm going to simply defer this against that, bing, bang, boom, that's completely legit. That's taken care of, okay? Hillary's done the same frickin' thing. Now, the basic thing I'm now wondering is why all the Clinton Foundation stuff doesn't match up. All their numbers on these things don't mesh up correctly. Things don't look right with the Clinton Foundation, okay? That's the thing that you guys need to look into. Not the fact that Trump suffered a $916 million loss and he's managed to make himself profitable by defraying the loss against his future profits for his tax load. Everybody tries to avoid paying taxes. F the tax man. F the IRS. F the U.S. government trying to take money that you've earned and saying, no, that is our money. No, it's not your money, a-holes. It's my money you're trying to take from me. You are thieves. The third thing going on now, of course, is they are definitely circling the wagons and trying to insert themselves upon every faction they're in, saying, well, there's this false narrative with the conservatives, that's really more the establishment guys who are seriously butthurt, So the Democrats are trying to say that two factions in the Republican Party are completely at odds with one another and one's going to take control over the other. I got bad news for you, okay? Establishment guys have always been in the minority. They are always going to be in the minority, but they are a rich minority. Of the conservative base, we are so many more than the entitlement, elite, puke, blue blood, plutocrat, call them what you will, pukes in the Republican Party and the Democrat Party. There's way more of us than them. They just have way more money. Of these three things, pretty much they're circling the wagons and they're trying to drag down Donald Trump as much as possible. Oh, he's raised too much money. Oh, he can't raise more money. Oh, we need to make sure he can't raise any more money. Assholes, he did everything up to this point, spending not even, 10%, maybe 5% of everything you guys have pissed down a rat hole? Hillary continues to spend money like crazy. She's pretty much said, okay, I can't win Ohio. She's pretty much said that there's a couple of places that are really, seriously contested now that she's really working her ass off to try to get back. There's a reason why. People are rejecting Hillary Clinton. They don't want this screaming, sick, nasty, lying, untruthfully able to carry out a moment of any form of politician running things. The very least they want right now is they do not want her sitting in the White House. It's not hard to figure, folks. You don't want something that's going to be a bad something doing something to the rest of something to make something even worse. Simple math, okay? Something from something that's added to something makes something that's going to be something. You just figure it out, okay? It's right in your math books. The sum of something is something, okay? It's not hard math. And I'll tell you what, she's an evil little something. So that's even more of a modifier on the rest of that formula, algebraic equation I just gave you guys. She's the sum of something that's just really the sum of something that's just not good. So of all these things you could take from it is essentially the media is now kirking out, trying to figure out how to really just last-ditch effort, get their claws into some coattail of Donald Trump and try to pull him back because his numbers are looking too good. They're getting really kirked out, and they don't like the fact that, well, they're now going to have to start publishing things truthfully to try to maintain any credibility. Everybody who's a Republican loses. I mean, they're losing bad, no matter what. Republicans have always lost to Democrats, except for the last couple weeks when the numbers start getting a bit more honest, because if they aren't honest at that point and they lose all credibility after the election, they know nobody's going to ever trust them again. Carter was beating Reagan for the longest time until, well, what was that? He carried what numbers? All over Carter versus Ford. It was Carter versus Reagan. I forget which, but the numbers were as such that the numbers were just completely just so in the tank for the Democrat until the last couple, days, weeks, whatever. And it was like, okay, the races are starting to tighten up. The numbers are getting closer. See it for what it is, folks, okay? Democrats are never going to be honest until they realize it's going to cost them a lot of money, and they're going to have to be honest. That's the only time they're honest, is when they know it's going to cost them a lot of money. Even Democrats are capitalists. They just don't like to admit it. All right, folks, I'm going to break over this one. Eat good, keep centering as always. You know and you love it. Remember this. Hillary Clinton cannot win this race as it sits now. She just can't. All right, folks, I'm going to break over this one. See you guys.